We are back on WHPC Sports Talk, the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Once again, 516-572-7440. That is the number to dial to join the show. And Jets fans, I'm going to have a problem with y'all if y'all don't call in. This is y'all day. I don't know what else to... Because we rarely hear from the Jets fan callers. Mostly it's Giants fans and other guys that want to talk about
Do we ever get Jets fans?
Nah.
They're not real.
They're not real like the Nets fans?
It's starting to seem that way.
I don't know.
And then the real ones like Braden, they're just too depressed.
Well, yeah, I want to hear from Braden today. I know he's a busy guy, but I don't know. I need to hear from some Jets fans today, though. Once again, 516-572-7440. I mean, shout out Braden Daniela. The most miserable man I've ever met. Finally has his quarterback. Shout out Don Marbolino, too.
WHPC alum.
Yes. Shout out Fireman Ed. Who else I'm missing? I'm missing somebody.
Joe Namath, for good measure.
Shout out Joe Namath. Y'all finally got a quarterback in this damn organization. All right? There's no more Mark Sanchez's. There's no more Zach Wilson's.
Well,
I mean, Zach Wilson.
Well, he's still on the roster, but he's not going to be the starter.
He's going to make everyday hell for him.
Yeah.
Hey.
Because he's going to be watching bad football. That's exactly why it's going to be hell for Aaron.
Imagine being Aaron Rodgers, like the most gifted quarterback this league's ever seen, and you watching Zach Wilson fade away in practice. It's not what you want, but that's the reality, Jets fans. You know, he hits the bench. He's number 2. He's not number 1. He's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I know everyone was like, Mike White? There's no Mike White either. This is Aaron Rodgers, all right? This is a 4-time MVP. This is one of the greatest quarterbacks this league has ever seen, one of the great talents sports has ever seen. I know he's 39 years old, but screw it. You got a guy, again, won 2 straight MVPs 2 years ago. That's pretty recent. I know people like to say, shout out Max Kellerman, quarterbacks fall off a cliff. They fall off a cliff and, they can't come back up. Well, I think Tom Brady proved that wrong when he went to Tampa Bay at the age of 44 and won a championship. That's what the Jets are banking on. But it's interesting, with all that being said, like I just played the sound, Aaron Rodgers basically said, it's the Jets. I want to play for the Jets. I've made that clear since Friday. So he wanted to come on the Pat McAfee Show, as it occurs to me, and he wanted to set the record straight. He was like, I know Schefter's reporting whatever. I know Diana Rossini's reporting whatever. They need to lose my number. I don't know how you got my number, but you need to lose my number. I don't know how you got it. I don't know how you got your grubby hands on it, Adam Schefter, but nice try. That's basically what he said. But he said it's all up to the Packers and the Jets to discuss compensation. It's all up to them. And what's interesting here is that we might have a potential standoff. Because think about this. Reports are, like I said earlier, the Packers want a package similar to what the Rams gave up to the Lions for Matthew Stafford. That's a lot. Matthew Stafford, mind you, younger quarterback, he was never at the level of Aaron Rodgers. So that's where this conversation kind of gets tricky. But Aaron Rodgers... Are you giving up? This is the question I wanted to get to. If you're the New York Jets and you don't want to delay this any more than it already has been, mind you, the official free agency period just started 14 minutes ago. It was the legal tampering, quote-unquote, period that we just went through the last couple of days. The legal free agency period starts now. So this is like the real deadline for guys like Lamar Jackson and other guys. So it's going to be a lot going on, is what I'm trying to say. So if you're the Jets... and the Packers want 2 first-round picks, you're like, we're not doing anything. I know Aaron Rodgers says he wants to play for you, but we still have his rights. Why would we just give him to you and hand him to you on a silver platter? With that being said, if you're the Jets right now, today, what are you giving up for Aaron Rodgers? Are you giving up the 2 first-round picks? Or are you giving up a first and a third, a first and a second? 2 seconds, 3/3, I don't know what it is, but if you're Joe Douglas, if you're that Jets brass, that Jets front office, what are you doing?
I guess 2 first-round picks.
You think? But that's the interesting thing, though, because Is Aaron Rodgers worth 2 first-round picks? I would say so. Depends.
Yeah.
Well, Matthew Stafford's worth 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, if Stafford's worth 2, then
That's what I'm saying.
Run up the bank on Rodgers. I mean,
Devin, that's a great point because this is what I say about Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson, that whole situation. Because the owners are like, they're disgusted that Deshaun Watson got a fully guaranteed contract. If it was me, I'd be more disgusted at other things Deshaun Watson has done. But
Ocean Boy.
if they want to be mad at the contract, that's their prerogative. That's their choice. But what I'm trying to say is that's the market now. But the owners just want to ignore that. So when it comes to a Lamar Jackson and in the future, a Joe Burrow, they're going to be like, Joe Burrow? We're talking about Lamar Jackson. Joe Burrow went to a Super Bowl in his second year. Guess who's going to want a fully guaranteed contract? That guy.
Mm-hmm. Coming off an ACL tear.
Exactly. We've never seen that before. So when it comes to that, I support Lamar Jackson going after a fully guaranteed contract because that's what the market dictates. No matter how much 29 owners hate it, or in this case, I'm thinking NBA teams, 32 teams in the NFL, quick math, 31 other owners don't like it. I had to compute in my head. Don't hate. That is what it is. So compare that to this situation. Matt Stafford went for 2 first-round picks. That's where the Packers are coming from. That's what the market dictates. You know, he's 39 years old. He's a, 4-time MVP, yeah, but he's still 39 years old for a quarterback. Who knows if we'll see another Tom Brady? Who knows how rare or not rare that is? We don't know yet. We've never seen another guy do it. So the Packers are like, nah, you can have your little Pat McAfee show and Jets fans can throw a parade today all you want, but he's still under our rights until you get that sorted out. So, but it's smart on their part. And it would be smart, in my opinion, for the Jets to just have a standoff. Because who has the most leverage in the situation? In my opinion, it's the Jets.
I mean,
in my opinion, it's the Jets.
The Jets are signing a bunch of guys for a guy that's not even on their team right now.
The Packers could just say screw it and not trade him.
But how would that work though? Because they've already
committed
he
retires.
But
it's not in his hands.
But why would they want that on their hands though? That whole situation. Don't you want to just wash your hands of it clean and just go with Jordan Love? Be done with the situation?
They've been set in stone with Jordan Love since he went into his nighttime thing.
Yeah, that's what Rodgers said on the Pat McAfee show.
They've moved on from him already.
So
just you want to get something for him.
That's what it's such a. I'm looking at it now, and I thought him coming on the Pat McAfee show today was going to give me so many answers.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I was watching that in the shower today. I had that stuff playing.
You couldn't miss it?
No, I couldn't. I had to play the entire thing.
Oh man, yeah. You know what? I respect the hustle. Listen, it was a big event.
Yeah.
It was must watch. Well, if you stream it, must listen radio, must watch TV, whatever you want to call it. It was a moment, and in that moment, I thought I was going to get more clarity.
Mm-hmm.
I walked away more confused somehow. I'm like, yo, what?
Yeah.
So he's a Jet, but he's not a Jet because the Packers still hold him, but the Packers don't want him. So I'm like, what? What's going on here? Interesting. But I wanted to move on to Schefter and his beef with Aaron Rodgers or vice versa because I think I have the audio in here. I don't think I chopped it up quite right, but just to paraphrase, he basically said Adam Schefter basically hit him with the "Hey, big head," and Rodgers was like, "How the hell did you get my number?" Like this is some stuff you hear out of like one of those dating dramas on TV. Like, yo, what? How did you get my? Who gave you my number? What is this? So and then he says, just completely outed Schefter, like, you and your little Diana Rossini lose my number because I'm going to tell my own story. And that's who Aaron Rodgers is. We talked about it yesterday. He moves to the beat of his own drum. He likes to paint his own narrative. That's what he did today. By the way, I believe everything he said on the Pat McAfee show today. I really never thought I would say the sentence, I believe everything Aaron Rodgers is saying. This is the same guy that said, when he was asked about the vaccine, I'm immunized. Thought he was slick. So that's a stretch for me to say that, but That's how I really feel. I think that the Packers, rightfully so, and Nico, I'm sure you would agree, they're holding out for the most they can get for
Definitely.
a living legend.
Yeah.
So, once again, 516-572-7440. Rodgers also denied that he made a wish list. He said he never made a wish list, requesting the Jets to land Lazard, Randall Cobb, Mercedes Lewis, Odell Beckham Jr. as a free agent. He basically, that was Diana Rossini's report. And that's when he said, lose my number. So, a lot going on in Jets land. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because I can really see a standoff coming between the Jets and the Packers. And if anybody thinks that just because Aaron Rodgers said verbally, I choose the Jets, that means it's done, hold on a little bit. I still think he's going to be a Jet when the season starts. He's going to be a Jet when training camp opens. He's going to be a Jet when OTAs open. All that stuff is going to be the case. It's just a matter of when and how much the Packers are able to squeeze out of the Jets for Aaron Rodgers. It's definitely going to be a interesting situation. But, man, Nico.
Josh.
You feeling good, great, ecstatic?
I was feeling really good.
Wonderful?
Until I saw Barstool Sports
Oh,
Twitter
man.
feed. They posted, Packers fans, how are we feeling? And it was the Brandon Bostic game. It was both 49ers playoff games. And it was another game in there. And I was out to lunch with my friends when this broke. I was so sad, Josh. I almost left the restaurant.
I'm weak. They had just had to twist
I
it.
don't even care about the 49ers loss. It was the Brandon Bostic one that got me.
Yeah, that one always gets you.
It
If I
hurts
bring
me
that
the
up on
most
the show,
because we would have won that Super Bowl.
y'all would have. Devin, yeah, if you say the words Brandon Bostic, Nico's going to be your number one enemy. That's the
Thank
one
God,
thing you
yo.
can't, like...
Nah, and you said it to me yesterday. And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Big sideline touchdown.
See, nah, you trying to fight fire with fire. I don't like that.
Nah, but
I don't
you
like
know,
that.
it was set in my heart a couple of years ago that Rodgers was already out, so
Yeah.
we got the most we could out of him. It was sad it was only one Super Bowl, but I'm just excited to see what J-Lo can do.
And
But Rodgers will always be my guy.
here's the thing about that, and we're going to attack it from the Packers standpoint a little bit now. Jordan Love. Here are some names I'm thinking about right now. Number 1, Jordan Love. Number 2, Brian Gutekunst. Number 3, Matt LaFleur. The I don't know if I'd call it pressure, but all those 3 guys, if you just think, oh, Aaron Rodgers left and it's just going to be all, peace and quiet in Green Bay and Lambeau Field and all that. Number 1, that fan base is nuts. They expect excellence no matter who's on the field. Number 2, Jordan Love, you've been sitting for 3 years, my boy. Like, I know you haven't been playing like other draft picks usually get to in the rookie, sophomore, junior years, but you're in your senior year, you're going to hit the field for the first time. If you think there's no pressure on that kid, by the way, it's his 4th year, he's going to be due for a contract. I will see what they do with his 5th-year option, but he's going to be due for a contract pretty soon. So you got to start balling. You got to start balling right away. You can't waste no time. And Gutekunst, this is what you wanted. This is basically the Rodgers and GM standoff since 2020 when they drafted Jordan Love. This is what it's come to. So there's going to be pressure on that guy. Listen, that division, I'm looking at it now, the Vikings just lost half their team.
Mm-hmm.
The Bears, yeah, they made a nice trade and they're making some nice signings and all that.
They're still pooping.
They're not going more to 6 wins.
I agree. And then you look at the other team, the Lions, they're going to be the favorite, but
That team's still iffy, as always. So.
that's what I'm saying. They still have holes to fill.
Left.
They still have a lot of holes to fill, so they're not going to have Jamal Williams. They brought in David Montgomery. We're going to get to the free agent signings in a little bit with that, but the Packers still should be expected in a weak-ass NFC to make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. But
It's not a honeymoon period.
The issue now would be the weapons for Jordan Love.
Watson looked pretty incredible.
Yeah, Watson's
they have
the number
Watson
one.
and Dobbs, but you need another piece there because you lost Lazard.
But he was with Rodgers. So, I mean, he
Yeah.
had Rodgers thrown to him.
Here's the thing. So The interesting thing about this to me is that if the wish listing is true, and I know Rodgers denied it, and they bring in Lazard, who they've already done that. Randall Cobb, really a backup, like mentor type player if the Jets bring him in. Mercedes Lewis, I mean, same thing. He's a fossil at this point. And Odell Beckham. If they bring in Odell Beckham, then you got to start thinking about, can the Jets or can the Packers squeeze a guy like Elijah Moore out the Jets? It seems like a long shot right now, but if it comes down to, say the Packers are just like, similar to what the Bears did getting DJ Moore. The Bears could have gotten so much more for that number 1 pick from the Panthers, but they wanted a guy that could pair with Justin Fields right away. So they basically said, you want 2 more first-round picks, you want DJ Moore right away. They chose DJ Moore. What if the Packers are like, I mean, we do want 2 first-round picks, but if you gave us Elijah Moore to pair with Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs?
It's not like they used him last year. They hated Moore. Moore hated being
and Moore
there.
hated him right back. Exactly, Devin. So, and you know, he was complaining about targets, pretty much. He was complaining about lack of usage in the offense. If you bring in all these guys, how is he going to feel about that then?
Yeah.
His priorities might be a little out of whack, but that's still, if you're going off the context and the evidence we already have, he might not be thrilled about that. So, what if the Packers are like, yo, you can give us 1 first-round pick like 5 years from now, but we want Elijah Moore right now.
They'd use him more than Cobb. They'd use Cobb more than Elijah Moore.
They probably would.
Yeah.
If you know, and Rodgers, this was his whole thing with the season we just watched from Green Bay. It was really a matter of him not really getting to work with these young receivers right away. He had ample opportunity to get in the lab with Christian Watson, get in the lab with Romeo Doubs, but instead he wanted that familiarity like we're seeing with this wish list, what we saw with Tom Brady. He wants that familiarity with that offense. So I agree with you, Devin. I think that if Cobb is on board, he might. Guess who Rodgers is going to favor? The guy who he's played with for 10 years or the guy who's never played with before? A lot of stuff going on with the New York Jets right now, and I can't lie. I thought it was all going to be settled today. I thought the Jets and the Packers had all the compensation done. It was just a done deal. We're just waiting on Aaron Rodgers' word. Now we got more questions to answer somehow.
Yeah.
Going to be interesting to see what happens. But for right now, let me remind everybody that you are listening to WHPC Sports Talk here on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Joshua Yamahi joined by Nico Each, Devin O'Shea, and Ross Levine. Let's get to the Giants. Ross, your New York Giants. They're making moves. I know the Daniel Jones 4-year, $160 million extension was polarizing. Definitely in the studio. We got a whole intro out of it with the arguing we did, but I mean, it is what it is. But the Giants are getting him weapons too. Darren Waller traded to the Giants for a 3rd-round pick, the same pick the Giants received in the Kadarius Toney trade. Now, Darren Waller, like we talked about yesterday, he signed a 3-year, $51 million extension prior to last season. So that's kicking in this season. He's due $17 million of that this season. That's the highest annual tight end value in the league, which is interesting because he's not really better than Kelsey or Kittle or maybe even Mark Andrews, but highest paid tight end in the league. Giants trying to send a message to Daniel Jones in that offense, like, we going to put you in position to succeed. So you better pay us right back. And that's not all the Giants did. We talked about it yesterday. Bobby Okereke from the Colts, good player. Sideline to sideline, right in the middle of that defense. 4 years, $40 million, $22 million guaranteed. Ross, how you feeling about the moves?
I mean, I love they're not giving Jones any excuses. I love that. So that's number 1. And 2, I still think they're going to go out and get a number 1 receiver in the draft or free agency or something like that. So I love this. It's a good start. We need a linebacker, and I think Wall is a good guy to have for as a guy that could just catch. I mean, first of all, he's a solid guy. He's not great in blocking, obviously, but he's a really good with the catches. And we have Bellinger, who's solid when it comes to the blocking. So it's good for that reason. I know a lot of people think when you think of guys that just catch and don't block, you think of Evan Ingram, but this guy's better than that. He's better than that. So I love this.
I mean, Evan Ingram's a nice player in Jacksonville now, but yeah, it just goes to show you want, and this gets overstated in terms of NFL fans, they always want the complete player, the obsession with the complete player. We want the complete tight end that can do everything. We want the complete running back that can do everything. We want the complete quarterback that has a rocket arm and can run for a 50-yard touchdown. No, you need, especially when it comes to the skill positions like a tight end, you need a complete position room. Don't focus on the complete player as much. There are only so many George Kittles to go around that can do everything. There are so many Rob Gronkowskis that can do everything. Block like an offensive tackle and catch 20 touchdowns in a season. So, like you said, Bellinger's a good blocker. Darren Waller, great receiver. This is why I like this move. The Giants were, because in large part to Daniel Jones, pretty good red zone team.
Yeah, they were. They was like 7th in the NFL.
That's great. Saquon Barkley.
Right.
Daniel Jones, obviously, with his arm and with his legs. Lack of receiver help, they were still 7th, like you said, in red zone touchdown efficiency. Now you're bringing a guy that you can slot out. Third down, we need a touchdown. Third down and go for the 5-yard line. Go get me 6. You can roll him out. Goal line formation. Who's going to guard that man? Can't keep up with him. Can't run with him. Can't jump with him.
No, and we
good move.
It's a great move. And we bring Shepard back on a 1-year deal. I don't. Again, he'll probably get hurt again. But I mean, if anything, it's for good for depth. But for Wall, this surprised me a little bit. This move. I don't think anybody saw this coming. But it's a move where, again, you're not giving Jones any excuses. You pay the guy the money. Now they're supporting him like, a franchise quarterback. And I don't think they're done getting weapons for him. I think they'll still get a number 1 receiver at some point in the draft. So this is just the start. And, it seems like Barkley's going to play as well on the Giants. And there's no reason why we shouldn't have a better offense than we did a year ago. Because we should be scoring like mid-20s, early 30s. Like, there's been so many games where we just can't score 30. We should be able to score 30 a few times this year.
No, absolutely. And they're going to need to do that. I know it's a weak NFC like we talked about, but that division, you're going to have to keep up. I said this yesterday. You're going to have to build a team that can beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
And the Dallas Cowboys.
And your Dallas Cowboys, Devin. Your Dallas Cowboys, who, by the way, just lost their franchise running back, Zeke Elliott, today. How are you feeling about that, by the way?
It hurts. I have his jersey, so it sucks. But, yeah, it sucks that his last play as a Dallas Cowboys as center. But,
Yo, that play was crazy.
You don't know how crazy I was going when I was watching that.
Got trucked. Like in 2 seconds flat.
I mean, I'm glad with what the Cowboys are doing with Stephon Gilmore. We got Van Der Esch back.
That's Stephon Gilmore for a 5th-round pick is a great move.
I mean, Jalen Ramsey for a 3rd. I mean, like, what's the trademark I'm looking at?
For corner, yeah. Jalen Ramsey's weird too, and I'm happy you brought that name up because it just goes to show you how wildly the cornerback market has swung. Because Jalen Ramsey was traded from the Jags to the Rams for 2 first-round picks, I believe.
Yeah.
How does it go from that to a 3rd-round pick? And then you get Stephon Gilmore, who had a pretty good season with Indianapolis. He's not who he was in New England.
No.
Still a damn good player. He's your number 2 cornerback.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore is your number 2 for a 5th-round pick. I mean, I guess Stephen Jones is cooking. I guess he's cooking up something in Dallas. But, the Giants, like we're talking about, that's who they're going to have to compete with. It's a pretty good division. Yeah. I know we laugh at Washington, but and Sam Howell and everything, but they still have a pretty good team around them.
Yeah, they got one of my favorite tackles, Nick Gates. Unfortunately, goes to the Commanders, so that sucks.
Yeah, he's a warrior too, coming back from that injury.
Yeah, I like where the Giants are heading. I mean, it's going to be, again, their schedule's going to be very tough. Like, for every team, it's going to be really hard because they're playing against the AFC East. You're probably going to have to face Aaron Rodgers, so that's going to make it a lot tougher. And the Buffalo Bills and those teams. So it's not. I don't think it's going to be as many wins for this division as it was a year ago because of just the schedule. I mean, that's part of it as well, and the Giants are part of it. So I think the Giants, with this move, along with making other moves, they should be in the mix. They really should. They may take a little bit of step back in terms of wins, but I think they're heading the right path, though, which is all I wanted.
No, they absolutely, you can tell, and this was my main complaint with Dave Gettleman when he was the GM of the Giants. It really just felt like he was just blindly spending money to prove a point, and there was no rhyme or reason to it, no plan or whatever. You can tell Joe Shane really has a vision for how he wants the offense to look, and that move with Okereke was a good move, so got to give Joe Shane and the Giants credit for that. And news we can all celebrate, the downfall of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, they're losing guys like it's nothing.
They got back Jason Kelsey. That's the one guy they brought back. And James Bradbury, too.
Brandon
Graham, too. But James Bradbury, I mean, he's going to be your number one cornerback now because they decided to let go of Darius Slay, who's seeking a new deal. That's a big loss.
Big play Slay.
Big play Slay, and he was the main guy in that secondary that
he gave
could...
nightmares.
Yeah. He can play zone. He can play man. He's a very complete cornerback. But that's a big loss for the Eagles secondary with a team, mind you, that just lost Javon Hargrave in the middle. And that secondary was questionable even with the 70 sacks. So and that was like historic. We're not going to see that again from the Philadelphia Eagles. No chance. So if you take that into account and you were losing guys in the secondary, what is this defense going to look like? And you lost your defensive coordinator too.
Yeah, well, but again, like, because the schedule's going to be tougher, they were going to get exposed at some point anyway. So even if they kept Slay,
exposed is a strong word.
They got exposed against Mahomes. Look what happened. Their defense couldn't stop them.
That's true. That's Mahomes though.
No, I know, but like, look at their schedule. They were playing against backup quarterbacks, very low end quarterbacks. So
yeah, I mean, when they lost to Andy Dalton, I was like, they're not
going
to work out for them.
No, so like I don't. The Eagles they won 14 games last year. They're not going to win 14 games this year. Maybe they'll win 11 or 12, but 14, that's tough. That's tough to repeat.
They lost safety Marcus Epps. They lost the offensive lineman Andre Dillard. I brought up Hargrave. Lost him to a big deal to their rival San Francisco. TJ Edwards, they lost him to the Bears, who have money on money on money. And they lost Bradbury today. But they bring back they lost Darius Slay, sorry. They bring back Bradbury. They also signed Rashad Penny. I mean, they're trying to patch the holes up, but
I mean, with Slay going, this is them going after Gardner Johnson, trying to get him back.
And that's a gamble because he wants to, and I know him from being a Saints fan in New Orleans all those years. When he wants to play slot corner, best slot corner in the game, but he wants to get paid like a safety. He wants to play safety. So he's going to take a step back and he wants a raise. I don't know about that. That would be, if he gets what he wants from the Eagles, that might be a bad move for Philadelphia, just based off the value, which you're going to have to pay him. So tough times in Philadelphia, but Giants fans are definitely happy about Darren Waller. Let's see what other football news I want to get to here. I guess I kind of wanted to discuss what the Chicago Bears are doing real quick before we move on to the Knicks. So, long story short, they trade the first round pick, their number one overall pick to be exact, to the Panthers. They got 2 first round picks. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nico, but they got a future second round pick.
I think it's 2025, I think.
Yeah. So second round pick too. Maybe a 4th round pick. I might have that one wrong. I got to double check. But the big prize is DJ Moore. And the Bears, what I like is that they're following the same model that we saw a lot of teams really hit on, especially the Eagles, going all the way to the Super Bowl. Last year on this show, I was heated at the Bears at this point in time. I was like, how are the Jets making sure Zach Wilson can't fail? Spoiler, he did fail. But how are you making sure he can't fail with all the weapons they're getting him? Garrett Wilson, tight ends, Breece Hall. They put him in a position where if he fails, you know he's trash. So we know he's trash. Jalen Hurts, they gave him A.J. Brown. They already had Dallas Goedert. Miles Sanders already on that offense. A great offensive line. Took them all the way to the Super Bowl. The Bears were just like, we're just going to throw a lot of trash around Justin Fields. We're not going to make any improvements. We're not going to give him the offensive mind to work with. It's just going to be Justin Fields save us every play. On the clipboard, they weren't drawing up plays. It was Justin Fields in a little like scatter lines, like just run over the field and save us. Now they actually have a plan. They get DJ Moore, so you have Moore, Claypool, and you have Darnell Mooney.
Ooh,
that's a tough.
that's spooky, man.
That's Nico's being sarcastic, but I'm telling you, that's a nice trio for a young quarterback. You can't deny for Justin Fields, it's nice.
All right.
Got the Packers bias still going strong over here. Jordan Love is the quarterback now, so he's back as a cheesehead. No more Duval.
Listen, I told you, I would have been out on them if Rodgers stayed.
Fair enough.
That.
He still might stay. We'll see what the Packers do.
Don't speak that. Don't say that.
We got a caller on WHPC Sports Talk. Caller, what's up?
Yeah, hi, this is Charlie from Belted Cheeks.
Wapa! What's up, Charlie?
So do I have Nassau Community College football talk all the time? Is this the station I've got?
Yes, this is the station. Listen, I said I was going to get to the Knicks, but with the Aaron Rodgers stuff?
I get it. I even tried. I was so frustrated. I turned on FAN, and all they're talking about is football.
Listen, I have on the topic shit. I wanted to get to the World Baseball Classic. I want to get to all this stuff. I'm like, I can't
Rangers
get
played hockey on Disney last night.
They did. I wanted to get to that too.
Middle of March, and it's football everywhere. What a marketing that league has done.
Hey, Roger Goodell's the evil empire. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
It's incredible. But regarding Aaron Rodgers, you know the two rules of Charlie from Floral Park. Number one, the modern athlete's main skill is what? Getting hurt.
Yeah.
And number two, you don't win with geezers. And we're going to discover that when the Mets try to bring 40-year-olds.
They already lost a starter.
At the top of their rotation. So, I mean, look, it is what it is. I hope they do get Rodgers, and he is a generational talent, and I'd love to see them. God, I'd love to see the Jets go back to a Super Bowl. I actually have a game ball from the third Super Bowl.
Yo, really?
Signed by
Joe Namath?
Yeah.
Yo! Mid.
Nah. Don't be disrespectful. That's crazy. How you just gonna flex on us like that?
Patient gave it to me like 30 years ago. I don't even know why he gave it to me, but he did.
That's a subtle flex, Charlie. You're just like, yeah, I got a little game ball signed from Joe Namath, the Super Bowl MVP.
And
no big
God
deal.
knows if there'll ever be another one.
I don't know. Jets fans are gonna be praying that this Rodgers thing comes together.
Look, he's great. He's crazy, but he's great. We'll see what happens. All right, gentlemen, get back to football.
Yeah, we're going to basketball, actually, but thank you for the call, Charlie.
And isn't it a sin that Brunson got hurt?
Say again?
Brunson is hurt.
Yeah, hopefully he comes back their next game all the way on Saturday, but...
Man, they play too hard. I guess that's what it is. They just hurt.
Well,
anyway, back to football.
Thanks for the call, Charlie. Join in on the conversation, too. You want to. 516-572-7440. Talk to us about anything. Talk to us about curling. Talk to us about...
It's the best winter sport for the Olympics.
I got to agree with that. I got to co-sign that. There's no doubt about it. I don't know what to tell you. Talk to us about anything. You can talk to us about the Oscars if you want to. Talk to us about that Chris Rock special.
That was great.
Listen... Will Smith, and I have a message for Will Smith, and then you see it in sports, Russell Wilson, Dwayne Wade. Man, I miss when men had control of their wives. I really, just to go off on the side, I really do. For real. This is crazy.
That was crazy.
Will Smith was laughing at that. Just to take it back to the Oscar slap real quick.
It was a good joke, too.
It was.
It was a great joke.
Great joke. And I had this on my chest because I didn't get to do my Nassau mix this week. I just had this just bottled up. I'm like, he was laughing at the joke, and then he looked at his wife like, get him. Yo, Will.
Yo, he's such a cuck, too. Such a cuck.
Oh, man. Yeah, I miss when men were men, bro.
That's when Will Smith was a man. Damn.
He fell off.
So
He
hard.
went on his wife's show.
Yo! I'm just gonna go on my wife's show to discuss how she cheated on me.
Yeah. What, bro?
It's for the family.
Disgusting
it's
work. That's nasty work, yo.
Yeah, it's not what you want. Definitely not what you want.
You ain't no Prince of Bel-Air.
Nah. Nah, that
Princess, like-
have you seen the new Bel Air?
Nah.
Yo, much better product.
Is it?
Especially with the downfall of Will Smith. I'm like, yo, this new Will, I like how he's moving. I like how he's kind of moving through life right here. But the Knicks, though, sports phrase. Last night, they're down 16 in the first quarter after we talked about, yo, what a great win this would be. After beating the Lakers, after losing the first 2 games of the road trip. Down 16, Damian Lillard's cooking. I'm like, yo, what is going on? And then they outscored the Blazers 103-74 in the second, third, and fourth quarter combined. So the Knicks lost the first quarter 33-20. They won each quarter following 103-74. Emmanuel Quickley. Man, go up for Emmanuel Quickley. Love that kid. Just jumps all around the court, makes threes, plays hard defense. Julius Randle, 24 points, 10 rebounds. R.J. Barrett, an efficient.
Finally.
That's for once.
Drop a bomb for an efficient R.J. Barrett. 8 of 13 from the floor with 3 blocks. And the conversation I really wanted to get to, Josh Hart, Cam Reddish traded for one another. And I didn't know there were so many Cam Reddish. Yo, NBA players be having like the most randomest stand following. I'm like, why does Cam Reddish have stands? I like Cam Reddish, but I'm like, oh, I hope Cam Reddish outplays RJ. Knicks fans were saying this. I'm like, yo, what are you on? Look at the stats here. Josh Hart, near triple-double, plus 26. Cam Reddish, 2 points, 1 rebound, 0 assists, minus 27.
Great job.
That's
Phenomenal.
doo-doo. I'm sorry.
That was phenomenal.
Tyball's taking the spot.
Yeah. That's a disaster classic he put out there. He hit the side of the backboard on the corner 3. It's not what you want. It's not what you want, Cam. The Cam fam down bad, bro. But what I really wanted to get to, Mitchell Robinson.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Ross.
I'm not surprised. Disappointed, but not surprised. I'll say that.
On
Disappointed.
Snapchat.
First off, using Snapchat in 2023 is a red flag. I don't care what you say.
At that age, yeah.
Yeah. He's a grown man now. I admit you're not 19. You're not 20. You're a grown man with a $60 million contract. And the team's winning. Why are you going on Snapchat? Man, I just want to have a role on offense. I just want to play real basketball. Bro, this is the... Yo, Ross, say something before I just go on a rant.
This is. I thought. Didn't he say like he didn't want to be here before he signed the deal?
I'm like, he does this every season. Like, we can... This is the thing with athletes. This is the thing with pro athletes right now. We can see you. We can see you, Mitchell Robinson. You brick free throw after free throw. You have no offensive moves. We can see you.
I don't get what he's talking about. Like, he's talking like an offensive game. You don't have an offensive game.
He wants a bigger role while Randall's cooking, while RJ's cooking this game.
He's not good enough to have a bigger role.
No.
I don't know what's going through his mind. I really don't.
I don't. Man, when I hear those things, I'm like, does he want out or something?
It would be hella weird to want out on a now
41-30
41-30 Knicks team racing towards that 5th or 4th seed. And the timing of it, that was a great win. You come back against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers in a way where you just belt to cheeks for 3 straight quarters. And Mitchell Robinson is going on. He had 2 points, 4 rebounds. You're complaining about your stats? Why are you complaining about your... I don't know. We can see you, bro. I seen you try to do post moves. It's not a good look. We see you at the free throw line. Line drives are good in baseball. They're not good in basketball. Every free throw is a line drive. What makes you think... I just don't know. I don't know.
It's like Claxton sucks at free throws, but like he benefits on the other side of the end with like how versatile he is on defense.
Facts. And I know Mitchell Robinson, Nick Claxton, he had this thing, who's the best center in New York?
It's Claxton. 1,000,000%.
I was riding with Mitch, but now I got to tell the truth. It's Claxton, because you can't do this. You do this every year. You just signed an extension. If you really wanted a bigger offensive role, you can be the number 1 option on the Guangdong Tigers or somebody, winning 5 games a season. On the New York Knicks, that's what I love most about this team. That's why it's so sad about this, is that Tibbs said it in the postgame. Everyone knows their roles. one of my favorite phrases from The Wire, all the pieces fit. It's like Tom Tibbs. I got to give him credit. He's playing chess. He knows Emmanuel Quickly. He's good on ball, off ball. Josh Hart was running point guard for the bench last night. Obi Toppin knows his role. Give energy off the bench. Julius Randle, be the number one option. Make quick decisions. All the pieces fit with this Knicks team. That's why they've completely turned it around. But Mitchell Robinson, bro, I don't know what to say.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not letting that focus on that. That's not gonna take away from me about that great win yesterday. For me, I'm not like that's not the big story that comes out of that game for me. Like I'm not the Knicks. That we as Knicks fans, we've been so used to losing over the last 20 years.
Facts.
I'm not gonna let that bother me. I'm sorry. It's. I'm not gonna say it's a non-story, but for me, it's like they've turned the corner so much where I would almost like remove that. It's like there's no point in what Mitchell. First of all, it's not. It's if Mitchell Robinson really feels the way he does, just get out of here. I'm sorry.
Hey, he can demand a trade, and we can go get Porzingis.
You want to hit Porzingis over Mitch?
Yo, Mitch doesn't want to be here. Clearly,
neither did Porzingis at the time.
I mean, he sounds pretty apologetic when he's talked about the Knicks.
He's also on an awful Wizards team.
I mean,
that's everywhere he goes. If Porzingis is on a bad team, he's going to leave. That's just a fact.
Start Jericho Sims or something. I don't know.
I start Isaiah Hardenstein over Mitch. Hardenstein's been good.
Hardenstein's been real good.
I mean, he doesn't score, but he gets rebounds and he fights for him. He defends. He pressures you on the rim. He's been what you've wanted him since they acquired him from the Clippers.
Facts. I mean, you're right, Ross, though. I'm not going to let a petty child distract me from all the good the Knicks are doing right now. By the way, we coming for your Celtics, Devin. I don't know. 3-1.
I mean,
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know if y'all can get past the Cavs in the first round.
Hey.
I mean,
you worrying about the Cavs. You should be worrying about Grant Williams hitting them free throws.
I love
Can we talk about that for a second?
I love both
Grant.
of them. He ain't make both of them.
He did not make narrator.
Been having a lot of do
he did
not
not make
plays.
both of them. He's doesn't he want to get paid this offseason too?
He wants to get like $20 million a year.
Oh man, he's Mitchell Robinson.
I mean, Missoula's been keeping on the bench. I mean, like not even putting him in. So I mean,
the Celtics are deep. I mean, they can afford to.
We have been awful though. We have been terrible as of recent.
I can't believe Jason Tatum missed that layup at the buzzer against Houston.
Oh my God. How do we lose against a 16-win Houston team? Like, come on.
That's why I'm saying the Knicks are coming for y'all. 3-1. You lost 3 games to the Knicks this year.
Y'all beat us a week or so ago, and you guys didn't even have Brunson.
Exactly.
You guys are a scary team, but like in a semifinals, like we will beat you. Like we will win.
Okay. As long as you acknowledge we're scary and we're coming. That's all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Are the Nets scary? Are they
They're mid.
They'll never be scary, yo. It's Brooklyn.
They're mid.
Nah, they're bringing scary hours back. You ain't here?
All
right, he's giving me the...
Bro, they willingly employ Ben Simmons.
That's what... I mean, the Nets did lose to OKC. I don't even want to talk about the game. Shout out Mikal Bridges, another 30-point game. But...
Brooklyn Bridges.
Brooklyn Bridges. I don't understand how you can trade Kevin Durant. That's the ultimate opportunity to dump Ben Simmons on somebody. Mm-hmm. Just take you if you want KD, you want a top 2 scorer this league has ever seen. Take Ben Simmons. They kept Ben Simmons.
They shipped off TJ Warren instead. He's on an incredible contract.
I'm like, I don't know what Sean Marks is cooking. I don't know. But
Don't let him cook. Don't let him cook.
Don't let him cook. The Nets are behind the Knicks again in the East. Knicks are 5th. Nets are 5th. Nets are 6th. All is good in the world now. Orange and blue skies. John Morant update. No breaking music today.
No. You gotta play it.
I got to now?
You gotta play that awful, terrible breaking news music.
Like I said yesterday, I'm working with what I got. Let me try that again. Breaking news out of the NBA.
I forget how bad it is until I hear it.
I need to find out who loaded that one in. This is like in there a while too. But the NBA announces today that it will suspend Memphis Grizzlies star Demetrius Morant for 8 games without pay for quote-unquote conduct detrimental to the league. Now, the suspension, according to Woj, covers the 6 games he already missed, including tonight versus Miami. He'll be eligible to play Monday at Dallas, but his ramp up to return, whatever that means, will begin that same day. So, Demetrius, with his parents' marriage, they got a real good marriage. He got a nice house, and I don't know why he was trying to make it in the hood. I like what Front said yesterday. He's trying to create generational poverty. Mm-hmm. But that's the story with John Morant. You're trying to create generational wealth if you got your head on straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, just squeaking. The Rangers. Pat Kane, goal and assist last night.
Showtime,
showing
baby.
up.
They only won because I was there.
Oh, is that why, Rob?
That's why. They won 'cause I
It
was there.
wasn't the fact that, it was the big City Green Classic on Disney XD. It wasn't that.
It was a combination of the two. The Rangers couldn't be stopped last night.
They got their ass kicked by the Cavs the last 2 times, and then when I go, they win. So
You're right. Can't you just attend every game for the rest of the season?
Yeah, don't the Mets always win when you're in Citi Field too?
Yeah, they always win.
Good luck, Charm, over here.
All right, I gotta.
Yo, you're costing us championships at this point. You can just show up to every game.
Yeah, I got.
Yo, I'll lend you tickets. I can buy you tickets for you to show up if you're that good of a good luck charm.
I mean, I was there during a combined no-hitter. Tyler McGill. The fact that I can make
Yo,
Tyler
I can't believe you're. I hate you. I can't believe you're at that game. I can't believe you're at that game.
I just made them get a no-hitter with Tyler McGill. Like me. That's me.
I love to see it. We're coming towards the end of our show. Any final thoughts, y'all? Devin, I'll give you the floor. How was your first show at WHPC Sports? I hope it didn't scare you away.
No, I absolutely loved it.
Okay.
I loved being here. Everyone here is great. Just love being here. Yeah.
We're not that.
The ass kissing is wild. Yeah.
Okay.
The slurper just
I've
looked
known
crazy
you before.
You'll get used to the bad people here. Really.
Yeah. Pretty quickly too.
Yeah, if you ever meet a dude named Corey, just make fun
last
of him
week.
without being. Oh,
You already met him last week.
Justin Love. Remember Justin Love?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, make fun of him for being old.
Oh man! Shout out Corey AARP. It's all love, at least from me. It's all love.
Just retarded.
Thank you once again for listening to another edition of WHPC Sports Talk. For Nico Weech, Devin O'Shea, Ross Levine, this is Joshua Imahi. Appreciating you listening to the Voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC.